Welcome everyone. So, reflection. In Kotlin, that's the easiest way to grab a reference to a class or an object. So, by using these two columns and the keyword class. Let's see what happens when we try building this application. Okay, so as usual, we include the runtime and we try creating a jar. Let's wait. And then when it's ready, which is now, we try running the jar. Oh, Kotlin reflection is not available, and then make sure you have the Kotlin reflect.jar in the class path. Okay, so let's see how we can fix this issue. We can have Gradle do the work for us. So we have a look at the configuration file. You need to include these two dependency over here, and then you need to create the jar, right? So this is how you declare the manifest, and you are telling which file you want to include into the jar. So basically everything we've built, right? Okay, so Gradle build. Okay, something is happening. Executing. Okay, that might take a while. I think that's the first time I build this application. It might take longer. Okay, almost there. Creating the jar. Okay, good. Okay, so it's going to be well, it's going to be limbs. This time, no error, right? Back to the file. So here we are asking for the qualified name, and this one is interesting. So we have an example class and an example derived, which is extending the example class. So here we are creating an example class variable, and then we are running this constructor over here, which is the derived one. So which object are we going to get here? So number 3. Okay, so we are getting the derived one, right? And also, this syntax over here can work as a reference to a function or a pointer to a function if you prefer. So we are defining a function, and then we create an array and we put some values in it. And here we are applying a filter, and then we pass a pointer to the function. So this one is always going to work as long as the signature of this function matches the signature that filter is expecting. Let's see what happens when we run the application. So number 4, here it is. It's filtering out all the even numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, but we also inserted 2, 4, and 6, right? And they are gone. Function composition. So we declare a function which is accepting 2 lambdas, and it's returning a composition of the 2 lambdas, which means that length is processing the input and then is returning the result to is odd, right? Which eventually is going to return the final result. So we have A, B, ABC, and we are applying this filter over here. So we think we are going to get only the string which contains an odd number of characters. So let's see what happens when we run this application. And here it is. ABC, 1 and 3 characters. So it worked. The structuring declaration, that means that you are extracting properties from data class and you are storing the values into multiple variables. So here we are extracting the ID and the name, and then we are printed out. Let's see what happens when we run this application. I've already compiled the jar already. Okay, so both item number 1 to 3, and it's a kettle, right? And in fact, 1 to 3, kettle. Extending this concept to function as well, we can have a function able to return multiple variables. Generally, as you know, that programming languages only allow function to return a single value unless you return an array of values. But here, as you can see, you are able to return multiple variables at once. So we create the data class, and then we create the function which is going to accept these values that are going to initialize this object, right? And then we do some processing. Actually, you can put whatever you like here. It doesn't actually matter. I'm just going to show you that we are processing this object. We're doing something with the object. And then eventually we return the variables. See? Make sure that you are returning the same object, because otherwise you're going to get an error. Now here you are creating the variable that are going to contain the values that are going to be split by the function, right? Here, this underscore means that you are not interested in the second value, which is the description. You are only interested in the ticket number and the success, whether it's false or it's true. And then eventually you print out the result. So that's number 2. Let's see what happens when we run the application. Number 2, ticket number 146, success true. Okay. We enter 145, but then we add this plus plus, so 146 is correct. And then this one became true. So it worked. The structuring declaration are also useful while cycling through a map. So here I have my map and I store my value. Then here I prepare my 2 variables which are going to store the values which I'm extracting out of the map through the cycle. And here I'm printing the values out. So I'm expecting to see Mike is 34 years old and so on. So that's number 3. Let's see what happens. And that's correct, right? Now, here instead, you're still extracting values out of the map, but you're filtering out just the age. We've seen already this underscore, which is basically saying that we don't care about this value over here. We're only interested in this one, the age. And here you're doing the same thing, but you are using the type. So you're saying, I'm just interested in the key, which is a string, right? So here you're just getting name. So let's see. And the first one just gets the age, while the second one just gets names, right? age, and names. And that will be all for today. I hope you've enjoyed my class and thank you very much.